you think leads to how you feel. Based on what you think, you experience self, others, and the world. So there are two ways. One, standard way of thinking that everyone follows since birth. And that is what people are trying to fulfill their mind's desires. Trying to fulfill mind's desires is a standard way of thinking that everyone follows since the birth. For example, when mind asks for something, whether it's a certain type of food, an association with a particular individual or a group of people, or even a job that you would like to have or to gain something, and when you get what you like, when your desires are fulfilled, that would make you happy. And when your desires are not fulfilled, that would make you unhappy. But because in life, not all desires are fulfilled, so along with happiness, you will also experience unhappiness. So your true life experience will show you that sometimes your desires can be fulfilled, and other times you will not be able to fulfill your desires. When you don't get what you desire, by not being able to fulfill your desires, can make you sometimes overly dissatisfied, stressed, and disappointment, anxious, and mentally distressed in so many ways. So in this manner, while living your life in line with ordinary thinking can make you feel very distressed, upset, anxious, and mental distress. And you would realize at some point that it's hard to find kind of stable happiness and peace in standard ways of thinking based on your life experience. So if you genuinely think that you have had enough sufferings in your own life, mental sufferings, that you feel like you had enough and you feel like that you want to try out something new, then you could try out a new way, that is, noble path, a noble way of thinking. To follow the noble path and noble way of thinking, you have to try and get rid of standard way of thinking by broadening your understanding of life experience. And in order to do that, what you can do is that instead of trying to give what mind desires, meaning too much likes and dislikes, what you have in your mind, and trying to fulfill them all the time, and getting happy when they are fulfilled and not becoming unhappy, not fulfilled. So instead of trying to give what mind desires, try to give what is beneficial for mind by applying wisdom. So just to kind of catch up again, the first way of thinking is the standard way of thinking, that is trying to find happiness by fulfilling mind desires. And the second way of noble thinking, and that is the noble way of thinking, is trying to give what is beneficial for the mind instead of trying to simply fulfill mind's desires. So what is beneficial for your mind is not too much becoming mentally distressed when you cannot fulfill your mind's desires. And that is because mentally distress of experiencing too much pain in your mind is very hard to endure. This is something you would know through your personal experience, and it is beneficial to give up overly pain to experience peace and happiness. And in order to do that, you have to try and practice noble way of thinking. And that is to apply wisdom to provide what is beneficial for your mind instead of giving what the mind desires. So how to practice such thinking is that by understanding not every desire that your mind has can be fulfilled, and it is not always possible to gain what you desire and avoid what you cannot get without feeling too much distress about it. By understanding that it's a normal part of life, gains and losses, and sometimes you can fulfill desires and sometimes not. There's nothing extraordinary about it, and that's just life. By understanding through life experience, by understanding the truth, you could try and maintain peace of mind to maintain balanced state of mind while going and doing usual things in daily life. So if you kind of adapt this practice, it will help you to find satisfaction and the best possible way to resolve problems at the same time. Let's say, for instance, there is a person who is very sick, and if that person will try and get a treatment for the sickness to the best of the person's capacity while maintaining reduced expectations, that will help person to get treated. At the same time, reduce kind of unwanted stress. So wisdom to apply middle mind training and thinking beyond ordinary ways is what we mean by practicing noble path. So if you train to kind of apply wisdom to give what is beneficial for your mind, instead of simply giving whatever the mind asks and its desires, you can gain peace of mind that is hard to gain by following the ordinary ways of thinking. And how can you practically do that? So one way to do that is when you experience fire within. Let's say you have some kind of desire and wanting something very badly but unable to get, you would experience some kind of a burning sensation of fire within. So if you just watch over it and have patience to bear it, this is the one way until it disappears. This is the one way that you could extinguish such burning sensations within you. And that patience has to be developed by understanding that both what you like and dislike in worldly experiences are a part of life, and not all desires can be fulfilled. And even if you manage to fulfill some desires, they don't last long as they are subject to change. This realization of life experience will help you to retain a balanced mind state within daily life.